Can we combine some trash barnwood with some creativity to create the ultimate wedding picture display board? We have a wedding coming up in the family, and like many couples, they're having a difficult time coming up with a unique way to display their love story and memories to their guests.
He's upgrade getting married? He's upgraded love?
Now upgrade. Like I was saying, they wanted something unique, and since their wedding has a rustic theme to it, we went ahead and decided to use some reclaimed barnwood that we've been saving for a special project. I put together this sketch, and after the bride approved of it, we could gather our materials and make some sawdust and some memories. We picked through our treasure pile of barnwood to select some excellent pieces. It's critical to remove all the metal, nails, staples, tacks, so that they don't damage the planer and other woodworking equipment. With this wood, there's a lot of color variation. There's a lot of voids and holes. We're not going to bother to fill them because that character is exactly what we're after. The wood doesn't need to be structurally sound. We're just going to hang some pictures from it, and we're going to add some supports to make it a little bit stronger later. We first ran the boards across the joiner to clean up one face. Unfortunately, this footage was lost. After we ran them through the planer, we ran them through the table saw to random widths. 2 clean parallel sides is important for glue up. We ran them through the planer to clean up just one side to get consistent thickness, but we wanted to keep the other side to maintain that barnwood patina that we were after. Some of this wood planes down beautifully, and we look forward to using more of it on other projects. We don't have dust collection in our shop right now, and we ran it out the door, gathered as much as we could, and didn't worry about what hit the ground. After we planed them down, the backside of this wood shows just how beautiful it is. As the old saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. We then cut the boards to some slightly different lengths. We didn't want them to line up exactly. We wanted some variation on the edges to add some character. With the boards planed and cut to length, we were able to show the bride exactly what it would look like. She helped pick out the final color variation, going from light to dark, dark to light. It's time for everybody's favorite, the glue up. We used really light glue because we can't have squeeze out. There's no way to clean it up on these surfaces because we can't lose that barnwood patina. There's really no way to get that patina back unless you leave it outside for 100 years. And we just don't have that kind of time until the wedding.
2,000 years later.
Since some of the boards are nearly cracked in half and aren't very sound, we added some dados so that we could add some ribs. This will support the final product. Dados weren't necessary, we could have just screwed them in the back using some pocket holes. Right, that worked beautifully, except for my dyslexia. The distance from the edge of the cut to the board is 1.575, not 1.755. And, yeah. Some of this oak is over 100 years old, and it's difficult to get a screw into. We ripped the legs down oversized and then added a bracket using the bandsaw. We haven't quite cleaned up the bandsaw yet, but it is functional. Using our fantastic new drill press upgrades, we were able to drill holes repeatedly. It turns out the glue doesn't set up in the freezing cold weather. It freezes! So, we had to re-glue these because frozen glue doesn't stick.
1 eternity later.
Shoot down here. I I thought it was easier to round pieces with a file than it was to square the edges of a hole with a dull chisel. Have you ever built anything for a wedding? We'd love to hear about it in the comments. It sure was easy to find these bolts in my new screw cart. Check it out here. It turns out with a little creativity and some trash barnwood, you can create a beautiful wedding picture display board. It's really cold outside. Please subscribe so I can get some heat.